Keep quiet. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, fellow Kenyans. We are here this morning to witness the opening of the Nairobi Expressway. This is not the official launch. It is not the official commissioning. That will be done by His Excellency the President in a few weeks' time. But if you remember last Sunday, he did commit to Kenyans that from today, the 14th of May, the expressway will be open to the general public so that we can start a trial basis to see how the expressway will be operated. And I'm very excited this morning because I drove myself from James Gishoro all the way to where we are now, which is Jomo Kenyatta International Airport turnoff. It took me about 8 minutes only. Previously, I've driven from Jomo Kenyatta Airport to Westlands, and it took me about 2 hours before. So this is a new dawn for us Kenyans because this road will have a very, very big impact in terms of mobility of Kenyans, visitors, businessmen, businesswomen, tourists, and it will make actually Nairobi a major attraction. It is one of the best pieces of infrastructure ever done in Africa. In fact, it is the longest expressway in Africa. And so we are very proud today to come to witness the start of the trial run, which will be done for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then thereafter, we shall now have a complete operation of the Nairobi Expressway. As you are aware, this is a private investment. It is private investment, meaning it is foreign direct investment. The Kenya government has not committed any money on this investment. We have not borrowed a single cent of the total amount of about 600 million US dollars, which is about 70 billion shillings. This is private investment. And this is a good example of what a public-private partnership can do. The money which has been spent here and the money which the government could have spent here has been now spent elsewhere. You saw a clip indicating that we have done another 400 kilometers of roads in the slums. This was possible because we did not have to spend money on this particular investment, on this particular road. And so this is what we want to encourage investors to come to our country and see that we have a conducive environment for investment. The total length, as you know, is 27 kilometers, starting from Lorongo all the way to Westlands. It has been built in record time. It was supposed to be finished next year, and so it's been completed 1 year ahead of schedule, starting from October 2019. And the impact will be so positive. The GDP of the city of Nairobi and our country will go up because so much money was being wasted actually on the road in terms of traffic jams. And this will be a thing of the past. And so we are delighted that this has happened today. But also, it's important to emphasize that also we are going to enhance the old road, the Mombasa Road, all the way from Lorongo all the way to Westlands, to make sure that those people, motorists who do not use the expressway, also have a more beautified, enhanced road, the old road, Mombasa Road. We are finalizing a contract of about 9 billion shillings to make sure we enhance and beautify the old road. This beautification will be starting in a few weeks' time, whereby we shall be doing drainage systems, we shall be doing lighting systems, we shall recarpet the old road to make sure that all of us, whether you are driving up here or down there, that you have enhanced comfort and enjoy your drive along this particular corridor. So we are extremely excited. This road is also a link road from the east to the west. As you are aware, we have what we call the northern corridor, which comes from Mombasa all the way to Malaba. And up to Machakos turnoff, we are also doing a road from there, enhancing the road from there to Athi River. Then Athi River, we got now this section here. Then from Westlands, we are also doing Westlands to Rironi. And then we have plans now to do a new PPP project from Rironi all the way to Mount Summit, a distance of 237 kilometers. So as you can see, the government of President Uhuru Kenyatta is actually investing a lot in terms of infrastructure. There's no country in the globe which ever developed without enhancement of infrastructure. You start with infrastructure, then you attract other investments to come to your country. So that's why we are here today, not for the launch, not for commissioning, but to witness and monitor to make sure that indeed the expressway will be operated seamlessly and in a very high standard. Thank you very much. Maswari?
Yes, Waziri, my name is Faisal Ahmed from Citizen. During the construction of the expressway, we talked about rehabilitation of the old road, and you said that it will be catered in the financing or in the budget of the construction of the expressway. Is it still the same, or will government have to now chip in and fund the renovation of the old road?
What you've done, because part of the expenditure is a result of the damage of the old road, so that we are doing in collaboration with the contractor who is here. But also we are doing an enhancement to the old road. For example, we shall be putting a BRT, the bus rapid transit system. That is addition to what was there before. We are doing cycling, paths. We are doing pedestrian pathways, and so these are additional investments which we are doing, which of course the government will bear. But where we are doing work as a result of the damage of the old road, the contractor of course takes accountability for that. That's what we are doing.
And so far, how many Kenyans have signed up to use the expressway because, or rather registered to use the expressway with the Moja Express Company?
The interest is massive. Kenyans have been waiting. And since we started actually publicizing the process of registration, which was only a few days ago, as of yesterday, we had 11,000 Kenyans registered. And we are registering at a rate of 800 per day, which is a massive, if you like, interest. When we started this project, we did a census actually here at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to see how many vehicles were passing along the Mombasa Road. On one day, we counted about 40,000 vehicles. And this is what was creating jam along this corridor. So we believe within a few days, we have registered 11,000. We believe that number will go up to almost maybe 50,000 because everybody wants to use the expressway. We like to encourage people to use electronic card because we have three modes of payment. We have the cash, we have the manual toll collection, MTC, and we have electronic toll collection, ETC, where they put the onboard unit on your vehicle. And so when you come to the gates, it opens automatically. We want to encourage people to use the electronic to avoid the traffic jams at the barriers. And so far, the 11,000, these are people who have got either the MTC, the manual card, or the ETC. ETC, I believe, about 7,000 so far out of the 11,000. And so we like to encourage people to use the electronic system to avoid jams at the barriers.
Okay, and finally from me, there are some sections of the expressway that are not completed. There's the tolling station at Museum Hill is not complete. Maybe when should we expect all those works to be completed?
This is work which is ongoing, and I can tell you within the next 1 or 2 weeks that will be finished. By the time we finish the trial period, whatever remains to be done will be completely finished. And we shall be inspecting. We've been inspecting actually on a weekly basis. And the contractor is here. I can tell you that within the next 2 weeks, whatever remains to be done will be done.
Wazir, my name is Lucy Riley from the BBC. Just a clarification on when we can expect the refurbishment of the old road or the free road, and exactly when the Chinese investors intend to break even from the Nairobi Expressway?
Well, in terms of rehabilitation of the old road, that actually has started. There are some places where you see, if you go, like for example, at University Roundabout, you find that works are ongoing, but the formal contract will be signed in the next 1 week or so to make sure that the major works can start. It's major works, like I said, in total it will cost about 9 billion shillings because we are enhancing and beautifying the road. In terms of the payback and the break-even, of course, it depends on how many vehicles will come on the road. The most important thing is that they've done their financial assessment, and that's why they invested here. Nobody will put 70 billion shillings without having assessed the recovery of that investment. To Kenyans, what is most important is this. The 70 billion shillings, we are not paid a penny. After 27 years, the contractor will give the road back to us at zero cost, for nothing. That is the most important thing. And you can imagine, 27 years from now, 70 billion maybe will be worth 1 trillion in terms of inflation and so forth. So Kenyans will be getting back an investment worth about 1 trillion sorry, 1 trillion shillings for nothing. And this is the most important thing for Kenyans to know, that these PPPs are so important because, first of all, you don't borrow. It is not affecting our debt ratio. And then secondly, after the investor recovers the investment, the Kenyans, as Kenyans, get the money of the investment back for nothing. That is the most important thing. But I'm sure they've done the mathematics about when they'll break even. That will be, it depends on how many vehicles come on this road. That's why you have to make sure that the road is seamless. That's why you have to make sure that Kenyans enjoy using it. And so when more Kenyans means their recovery period will be much shorter.
Waziri, who is the contractor for the old road that you are rehabilitating? When exactly are we likely to see it completed? And lastly, in the event that the old road is not complete by the time you intend road users to start using this road, what happens?
No, you see, the old road is already being used. You guys, you came here using the old road. So it's not a new road we are going to construct. Already it is there. What you're saying is we are enhancing the old road. And in terms of construction, of course, it makes a lot of sense to have the same contractor who is doing expressway to do the old road as well. Because part of the works is as a result of the damage which has been done as a result of the construction of the expressway. So we are finalizing discussions with the existing contractor of the expressway to do the old road as well.
Yes. There are other fines for damages caused to the expressway. And you can also, fines for damages caused on the expressway. And you can also talk about the towing fees.
Yeah?
Towing fees.
No, in terms of operations, I can get the contractor to talk about it, the operator, Moja Expressway, in terms of the penalties. Yes, of course, if people come here and carelessly, they damage the road, of course, there are penalties which will be sanctioned. But those are details which the contractor can give in terms of how it will be operated. And you are asking about and the towing as well. So those are details which, of course, the company can explain. But also, when you drive, you see there are emergency lanes, which will not be used normally, but it will be reserved in case there is an emergency. You don't have to have vehicles blocking other motorists. As you drive along, you see on the left, there will be actually a reserve lane to make sure that in case of emergencies, we can deal with towing and so forth.
Waziri, closely related to this question on the hefty fines, the obviously destruction of road property is something you're trying to avoid. How much of a problem is vandalism of the national infrastructure? How much is the government losing to vandals? We saw a ban being placed on scrap metal trade. And what are you doing to ensure that the destruction does not happen, not just here, but across the country?
Well, vandalism is a crime, and it's dealt with like any other crime. So in addition to taking measures, for example, banning export of metal, we are also making sure that the security enforcement or the law enforcement agencies, they take some serious actions. Because it's not just the cost of the road infrastructure, but also it brings a lot with risk. It brings risk to motorists. For example, if you destroy guardrails, other motorists can come and have accidents. So that's something which we are taking very seriously. Now, what I suggest we do, Kenyans are very eager to use this road. They don't want us to keep talking here. They want to go and witness. I'm sure you guys are also very keen. And we told them 8 o'clock. And now, according to my watch, it's about 10 past 8. We don't want to delay Kenyans. We want Kenyans to start actually enjoying, tasting this road, which I'm sure even you guys, you never want to be stuck in a jam again. And we would like to go and witness. Yes.
Maybe a figure on the vandalism. How much is the country losing?
Well, that's a cost which I don't have the numbers. But in terms of vandalism, in fact, as I say, it's a crime, and I'm so happy that the Inspector General of Police has just arrived. Please come over here. I've just been asked a question which, in fact, you will be the best person to answer.
Which question this one, sir?
They said about vandalism, what we do with the people who are vandalizing the road infrastructure, and I told them it's a crime, and thank God you've come to tell them, look, what action can be taken against people destroying the road infrastructure.
It is true that we have been working as a motor agency with the expressway, even the contractors. We have arrested quite a number of them. We have reduced significantly issues of vandalism. It's a crime. We process it as a crime to the police stations, and we have quite a number of suspects we have arraigned in court. And what I can report is that the rate has gone down tremendously because of the action we have been taking. And we are still continuing increasing our presence to ensure that any vandalism will take place in this project. Thank you.
Just I wanted to know just one thing. What is the expected number of vehicles that the new road will pull up from the normal traffic? What is the expected number of vehicles?
Like I said earlier, before the project was started in 2019, we did a census together with the contractor to determine how many vehicles were passing Mombasa Road. And on that day, like I said, we counted 40,000 vehicles. Out of that, I believe majority of those people or motorists would like to use the expressway. But of course, that is a personal choice. And that's why we have the old road. So we are here on a trial basis. If you ask me now that question 4 weeks from now, it will be easier to tell you. Because following the trial, we shall be counting how many vehicles every day are using the expressway. After the trial period, then we can be able to tell you, out of the 40,000 vehicles which go along this particular corridor, 20,000, 30,000 will be using expressway. That question can only be answered after the trial period. BRT will be on the old road because you see BRT we cannot charge those buses coming on the expressway. The BRT has been designed for the old road. That's why I said the 9 billion shillings which we are going to do, the old road, it also got a design for the BRT. And you know BRT now is the way to the future. We are the future of mobility of any city is anchored on BRTs. You've seen for yourselves, we've done on Thika Road. We have done stations on Thika Road, BRT. We also are at advanced stage of doing the BRT on Outer Ring Road. And so even here, although we shall not use BRT on the expressway, there will be BRT on the old road. And and that's part of the cost which we are going to incur.
Does that mean you will have to expand the old road?
Yes, some places have to be expanded, yes. So like I said, because we told Kenyans 8 o'clock, we don't want to delay them any further. They are very eager to taste this new road. And so I'm glad also been joined by the contractor, been joined IGP, and also my PS over here. And so let us go and taste the new expressway, Asanteni.
Okay.
Thank you.